All right, let's jump right into this explainer on Dave Ramsey's The Total Money Makeover. We're going to unpack the proven, totally no-nonsense roadmap to achieving true financial freedom. Honestly, if you're sick and tired of the constant stress of managing your money, well, you're in exactly the right place. Seriously, imagine for a second, what if you never had to worry about living paycheck to paycheck ever again? It's a huge question, right? And it totally challenges this cultural norm we've all bought into, that massive debt and endless monthly payments are just, standard, unavoidable parts of life. We've been sold a massive lie that this is all normal, but normal is broke. So let's map out this transformation journey. We're covering the wake-up call, laying the foundation, the attack, building security, the final push, and finally, the pinnacle. Okay, part one, the wake-up call, confronting denial and debt myths. The very first step to financial health is a painful but absolutely necessary look in the mirror to admit your current habits just aren't working. It's confronting denial. Because let's be real, you can't fix a problem until you admit you actually have one. Take the author himself. In his 20s, Dave's built a real estate fortune. He was literally worth millions, had the house, the cars, the whole outward appearance of immense success. But, and here's the kicker, it was all built on the incredibly fragile foundation of debt. When the loans were called in, he lost absolutely everything. His home, his cars, his peace of mind. He went straight from millionaire to absolute zero. And notice the stark contrast here. Society aggressively sells us this myth that debt is a tool to build wealth, that you literally need a credit card to survive, and that borrowing is a sign you've made it. But the truth? Debt only makes banks wealthy. Definitely not you. When you tie up your income in monthly payments, you're basically just giving away your greatest wealth-building tool. Here's the core thesis you've absolutely got to remember. You do not need to be a math genius or pull in some massive six-figure income to win with money. You just need the discipline to change your daily behaviors. Basically, personal finance is 80% behavior and only 20% head knowledge. All right, moving to part two, laying the foundation, the written budget, and step one. Before we can climb the mountain of wealth, we have to establish a rock-solid base camp. You absolutely cannot build financial independence without laying down the right foundation first. Enter the dreaded B word. Yeah, the written zero-based budget. This is where you sit down and proactively tell every single dollar exactly where to go before the month even begins. Income minus outgo equals exactly zero. Because if you don't dictate where your money goes, you're always going to be left wondering where it went. These foundational habits eventually build into a foolproof roadmap known as the 7 baby steps. It takes the completely overwhelming concept of personal finance and just breaks it down into actionable, bite-sized phases. You do them in order with intense focus, one single step at a time. Baby step 1 is super simple but absolutely crucial. Save a rapid $1,000 starter emergency fund. Why? Because it's going to rain. Life throws curveballs, right? By having this buffer, when the car alternator blows or the AC suddenly quits, you just use cash. You don't reach for a credit card and dig yourself even deeper into a hole. Which brings us to part 3, the attack. Baby step 2, the debt snowball. With that safety net in place, we shift into a gear of what Dave calls gazelle intensity. This is the famous, super aggressive phase of the makeover where we declare an all-out war on debt. The secret sauce here is the method itself, the debt snowball. You list all your debts from the smallest balance to the largest, completely ignoring the interest rates. I know, it sounds crazy, but stay with me. You pay minimums on everything, and you attack that smallest balance with every extra dollar you can possibly find. Sell stuff, work overtime, cut your lifestyle, just attack it. While the math nerds might say to tackle high-interest debt first, psychology wins here every single time. Eliminating those small debts quickly gives you the emotional momentum and a massive confidence boost. And you need that to tackle the really huge debts later on. Progress fuels success, simple as that. Next up, part 4, building security, baby steps 3 and 4. Once you are completely debt-free, except for your house, the tone shifts dramatically from intense defense to a really powerful compounding offense. You finally have total control of your income. So in baby step 3, you build a massive 3 to 6 month fully funded emergency fund. We're talking between $5,000 and $25,000 just sitting in cash. What this does is effectively turn major life crises like a sudden job loss or a medical emergency into mere inconveniences. You are now completely insulated from risk. Then we hit baby step 4, where you invest exactly 15% of your gross household income into tax-advantaged retirement accounts like 401ks and Roth IRAs. You're doing this to harness the staggering, almost magical wealth-building power of compound interest. All right, part 5, the final push. Baby steps 5 and 6. With your retirement savings just humming along automatically in the background, it is time to knock out the final 2 hurdles separating you from undeniable financial independence. First up is baby step 5, saving for your kids' college using 529 plans, basically protecting them from the vicious student loan trap. And then we tackle baby step 6, the monumental task of aggressively paying off your mortgage early. Just look at this glorious number, 0. Seriously, I want you to take a second to imagine the sheer peace of owning your life and your home 100% outright. No mortgage payment, no car payment, no credit card bill. Your income is entirely yours. And that brings us to part 6, the pinnacle. Baby step 7, build wealth and give. We've finally arrived at the last step. The intense struggle, it's over. The mountain has been climbed. Now, the focus turns entirely to abundance, joy, and helping others. Ultimately, this whole explainer isn't just about hoarding massive piles of cash. It's about breaking generational curses of poverty, totally changing your family tree, and leaving a legacy of profound generosity. Because honestly, when you have 0 debt and a massive pile of wealth, you can give like no one else. You don't need a lucky break, a higher income, or some secret insider strategy. You just need a proven plan and the discipline to actually follow it. So, will you take the Total Money Makeover Challenge today? I challenge you to take your very first baby step toward true freedom the absolute second this explainer ends. Start right now.